like Agshin Babaev has exponentially more experience with over 30 bouts on his ledger, but Husein Kadimagomaev is a different entity to the type of fighters that Babaev has fought before. Now you wonder, is Husein going to be a little bit gun-shy with the inside leg kicks, given that that was the shot that caused the no contest, Keurig?
Definitely managing distance right now at a little bit too far to actually land anything. Little level change there, feinting a takedown just to see what the opponent does. For instance, when you level change, or as you saw there, when you fake a low kick, what does the opponent do? Does he drop an elbow? If he does, the hand's gonna move farther off the head, might be open to a straight.
Both fighters a little bit tentative in the opening stanzas. More often than not, that just shows how much respect they have for one another.
This is what smart fighters do, Brave Nation. They try and download information, and when they have enough, then they attack.
Agshin Babaev trying to force the action a little bit more. Kadimagomaev perhaps thinking about catching Agshin as he comes in on the counter. Big kick up top from Kadimagomaev. It took me longer to say a second name than it did for him to throw the kick, Kirk. Only 22 years of age. There is still so many more levels that this young man can progress to.
Lead leg's like a cobra, back leg is like a cricket bat.
Oh, timing!
Down. Can he stay up? Yes, can he keep him down?
That is timing incarnate, the personification of takedown timing right there. And this is exactly where Husein wants to find himself and not where Agshin wants to find himself. Right in the open forum of the mat. This was not a takedown against the cage, making it all the more impressive.
There are different kinds of strength in mixed martial arts, Brave Nation. One of them is punching power, and it can be possessed by people that aren't particularly strong. There's also grappling strength, and that right now is what Agshin Babaev is feeling.
Babaev, you can see he's opening the guard, which means that he's trying to work for something. Magomaev doing a great job of following the hips. Close guard now from Babaev. He's thinking about he's throwing big elbows from the bottom here, maybe trying to cut Husein.
Agshin Babaev has a number of strategies he can employ here. He can look to turn his opponent over. He can try to stand up. He can try and take his opponent's back. He can try and go for a submission. He can do, as he tried to right there, hold on to the opponent, stay safe, and try and get a stand-up, or he can strike. The most success he's had right now has been with the strikes. Looked for a submission there. Now he's looking for a second submission. He's going to try and stand it up, and he did so successfully, and down again.
Beautiful work right there from Agshin Babaev, now on top. And when you have a fighter who's a BJJ black belt, they can distribute their weight so well. I almost feel like you have a hippopotamus on top of you as opposed to a normal man.
It's an incredible sequence right there. That is how you turn the tables.
Agshin needs to be careful here.
Babaev, in all likelihood, wants to at least pass to half guard.
And we've said that Kadimagomaev is a decorated wrestler, but with that comes an incredible jiu-jitsu game. 2 of his wins coming by way of submission, a triangle and a guillotine, so he is dangerous off his back. Oh, was that an illegal knee?
What have we got?
Huge illegal knee, and what is it about this fight that they cannot keep away from something controversial?
Do not tell me, Irish Thunder, that we're gonna see another no contest again. That one came out of nowhere, absolutely in no way, shape, or form. Was that intentional? We see Laman Bors, Kadimagomaev speaking with one of the officials here. The official, maybe a doctor, is assessing his mental state. He's indicating through body language and word that his head hurts a little bit where that knee landed, but he's standing up without any wobbling whatsoever. His balance appears perfect. Now they're looking to see if there's any surface issue. Is there any cut from there?
What I think may have happened was the knee almost landed on the knee and slid across the eye, landed on the eye and slid across the eye, and that's what's causing the impediment now to Husein Kadimagomaev.
What we may have seen there, Brave Nation, was actually contact with an eye sliding straight across it. It is typically painful to a degree, but typically would not stop the fight from continuing. In a case like this, we've got up to 5 minutes for the fighter to try and clear his mind, talk to the ringside officials, tell them, yes, I am in perfectly good shape to continue fighting, and from the bottom of my heart, that is what I want to hear. Lamon is a beast of a man. He's indicating maybe his eyebrow hurts a little bit. There's no visible blood whatsoever, which is great, great news. Once there's a cut over the eyebrow, it can end the fight. It depends entirely on the spot, where over the brow it is or where on the orbital it is. There are cuts that cause a lot of blood that are not dangerous. There are small cuts that are dangerous. We've got no cut here. The crowd is now cheering for Agshin Babaev. Excuse me, cheering for Husein Kadimagomaev.
You can tell from the body language of Kadimagomaev that he very much wants to continue in this fight. This is not the body language of someone who's looking a way out whatsoever. Is well within his rights to take the full 5 minutes allotted to him by the referee and the physician here. He's nodding his head, he's ready to go.
Great news, Brave Nation. This fight we waited for so very, very long right now.
Point being taken straight away from the referee.
That, Brave Nation, is a very big deal.
Game changer. It means depending on this round, we could be looking at 10-8 or 9-9. A point deduction can completely change the complexion of a fight.
Referees only do that when they see a very serious infraction. Again, as you saw right there, that was entirely unintentional. The two embrace, then touch hands, and now there is no more love in these gloves.
Agshin Babaev needs to be a lot smarter with his shot selection, cannot afford to throw something else errant. You're seeing Kadimagomaev skirting the outside right now. Again, timing on the takedown. That's beautiful work, Carrick.
Timing, Brave Nation, is perhaps the single most important factor in this sport. If you hit somebody as they're moving away from you, even your best shot's not going to stop it unless you're one of about 2 or 3 people. The same light shot against somebody moving in can do it, and the same thing is true with double leg takedowns. That was picture perfect.
And I just want to point out the subtlety of what Husein Kadimagomaev did there. He underhooked and gripped just at the ankle, and that is why he was able to flatten Agshin Babaev out. Such a subtle, nuanced move that you may have not have seen, but so effective with inside the confines of the cage. I would love to see this happen in again.
For anything, and with that point deduction, I could make a great argument, Phil, for anything -1. Right now, it's in the hands of the judges. Having said that, I am not at all sure this fight is going to go the distance.
I just want to say, Carrick, is your backside sore from sitting on the fence there? You're seeing it, Kadimagomaev again, very light on the feet, and timing not just quite on the takedown, but hits beautifully on the break. I thought he had timed the takedown perfectly there, but credit to Agshin Babaev for the defense. Now working some smart boxing.
Babaev using that long jab, long straight, shut down. He's got a front headlock now. Needs to sprawl out, and then he'll probably go to back, or at least try to.
May try hit a Darce here or roll back on a... Interesting though, he's still happy to throw knees. That one was legal.
Looking for the back take, it was denied, back to standing. Babaev back on that jab. Let's see what he can do off it.
Nice job from Kadimagomaev. Oh, good piercing jab. Used Agshin's momentum against him.
Agshin maybe having just a little bit too much luck with that jab. You land it too many times. Hey, that's very smart. Switched it to a sort of a shovel hook. Babaev likely doesn't want to keep coming in with that jab over and over again.
Yeah, I think the game plan of Husein seems to be let him commit to the strikes and then duck under for the takedown. I would like to see Husein throw some shots and maybe be a bit more proactive with the takedown, set it up himself with his own strikes.
There's that level change by dropping down like that, Brave Nation.
He gives himself more options. That's a heavy, heavy kick from Agshin.
Nice little moment there. Kick me in the calf. I'm going to kick you in your calf back. Anything you can do, I can do better.
That point deduction is going to act as a serious motivator for Agshin Babaev. He knows he's going to have to do something definitive. Because theoretically, and again, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, if Husein won the first round 10-8 due to the point deduction, Babaev wins rounds 2 and 3 10-9, then potentially you're looking at a draw. But again, I'm getting a little bit theoretical, getting ahead of myself. Both fighters could negate that messy points entanglement with a finish.
Neither of these gentlemen is looking to play points. They want to knock each other out.
Agshin being a little bit more aggressive. Kadimagomaev, incredible cardio. You can see that from his movement. It hasn't faded or wilted at all during the course of the fight. Needs to set those takedowns up a little cleaner. This is a little bit better from Kadimagomaev, but great sprawl from Agshin Babaev.
Phenom hips from Agshin Warrior Babaev. Shut down that takedown attempt completely.
And he feels like he's getting the better of the standing, so he's happy to stand. 90 seconds to go in the second round here. Babaev needs to be careful he doesn't walk onto a big knee. Oh, barrage of punches from Agshin Babaev.
Babaev's confidence beginning to soar here right in front of us. Having great luck shutting down those takedowns.
Kadimagomaev going in blind for the takedown and eats a big shot in response from Babaev. Less than a minute to go in the second round here.
Babaev that far not able to take advantage of this takedown. Needs to throw some shots here to make it count.
Husein trying his best to tie up Babaev. Doing the right thing by trying to shrimp out, but when you're doing that against the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, it's always going to be incredibly difficult times 10. Husein with a foot on the hip, trying to create an angle for himself. But Babaev doing a great job of just keeping square with the hips. Carrick, I don't want to put on the cutman's first, but we are edging ever closer to something that nobody particularly wants here. As far as I'm concerned, the big run is 10-8 Kadimagomaev. That run is 10-9 Agshin Babaev. Conceivably, both
was a massive point deduction for an errant knee in round one. It is not impossible that makes all the difference in this fight.
The referee couldn't quite see what he was. I think he was motioning towards the glove, perhaps intimating that Agshin was holding onto the glove. I think it's fair to say the bad blood has been squashed here.
Woo! Lemon Boars coming out with a nice 1-2. Nice jab. That was the beginning of the sequence that really led to him losing.
You could see
round two, we believe.
You could see the referee at the just before the round started had to towel off Agshin Babaev because the crowd had moistened him with that water, which gave him a little bit more, gave him some extra seconds because the referee had to towel him off.
I like what I'm seeing, Phil, from Kadimagomaev. The jab was the difference in the last round, and now he's come back, taking his opponent's attack and applying it on him.
Potential eye poke there. I think that was, again, by accident, outstretched hand of Agshin Babaev. We need to see that again in the replay. I didn't catch it first time. That's not to say it didn't happen.
I believe this eye poke will take relatively short time, Phil, to deal with. I don't think we're seeing anything long here. Little glove touch, nothing personal, embrace, and we're back at it.
Both fighters with a little bit more impetus. Again, great hips from Agshin Babaev. Maybe trying to set up a darce here.
Agshin having a very emotional discussion with somebody at this point.
Listening to his corner.
I do believe he may be referencing a glove being grabbed. He believes the glove is being grabbed. Brave Nation, you can grab a glove from the outside. You can't reach your fingers into the wrist. Near as we can guess, that's what the charge was.
Solid chopping low leg kick there from Husein Kadimagomaev. Magomaev with his first takedown of the round, but beautiful work from Agshin. Oh!
Absolutely amazing exchange. That's it! That's power!
Wow! Power! Husein Kadimagomaev submits the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Absolutely huge win for Lemon Boars.
Brave Nation, there is a thing called the squeeze. The squeeze is what happens when a choke is applied. It requires the greatest heights of technique, and beyond that, the greatest heights of power. And we just saw an arm and guillotine taking out an opponent in a matter of seconds, a handful of seconds left.
Nation and NFC fans, another incredible battle inside the cage. This comes to an end at 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the third round. Your winner by guillotine, Husein Kadimagomaev.